What's up, everybody? We are going to be running my favorite healer in Langrisser. So this is what I've been working on. Here she is, Florentia. I'm gonna have to come up with a nickname for her because that's just doing too much. Let's see. She doesn't really have the highest stats or anything yet. She's not bonded, but that just doesn't matter. I am just so happy that Empire finally got a new healer, and she looks very effective. I totally dig what she can do. It's almost like this girl gets to act again every turn. She could just only use that act again to, you know, throw a buff on somebody that she has a great range on too, right? And she still has access to her normal skill kit on top of that, so she can bring, a passive ability that helps her get more of these little strategy points that she uses to, um, buff and heal your team. Right here, when enemy dies, gain one battle strategy point and increase all stats except hit points of all friendly unit soldiers by 2%. Uh, so yeah, this girl, she powers up your soldiers, so that's kind of cool. Um, I'm still gonna have to see what all we can do with that, but she plays well with burn. I totally dig that. One, two, three, four. I just wanna make sure I have room for her. So, uh, yeah, I figured I would actually start, running her and using her and just kind of getting familiar with her. That's really what you want to do in Langrisser. For this map, I use Kanzaki or somebody to charge over here and just kind of hold these guys up for a turn or two, right? It's a pretty easy map. I think most people have it figured out by now, but when you get to this point, an enemy spawns. Alright, so before we even get to that, this is what I was talking about. This is what's so cool about this girl. So she has an attack that she can reach somebody from 3 blocks away. It doesn't do that much damage. It just does 0.25. But it dispels 2 buffs and renders their soldiers unable to attack for 1 turn. So if you use this on somebody before you attack them, this is like you are sabotaging them to the max. They effectively have soldiers that aren't going to attack anymore. This is going to be super useful. It has a low cooldown. It is 3 blocks away. She can do something with this. This is nice, right? She has that passive, and then you can also bring a heal or something like that. Obviously, that can be upgraded right now. She is running 2 abilities that are only 1 skill point each, so you can bring something better in one of these slots, obviously. I would probably upgrade the heal, swap it out for something else. But she gets to, just do her normal turn, so she's just going to heal Bernie for no reason. But after that, her special activates. She gets to act again and apply one of these buffs to people. What's really cool about this is this last buff down here is act again, right? And these things don't have a cooldown. So if you have enough points, you can just throw act again every turn. As long as you have 5 points to spend on act again, you can throw it every turn, which is really awesome. Consumes 5 battle strategy points to allow 1 friendly unit that has already taken action the chance to act again. That is absolutely phenomenal. That just really, really powerful ability. We all know how powerful act again is. Lana or Liana, that has just been like the backbone to her power for a long time, is that she could make people act again. That makes a lot of things possible, right? So it's very nice that she has this. Her other one is Rush, consumes 2 battle strategy points to increase the mobility of 1 friendly unit with a base mobility below 5. This is awesome. This is giving you more mobility, right? And again, she could throw one of these every turn, right? And they have a pretty good range. 1, 2, 3. She can get you from 4 blocks away. She can give you a bonus to your movement. That is awesome. And then she has battle support. This only costs 1 battle point, strategy point. So this restores 70% of your soldier's hit points. Okay? So say your tank took a couple good hits, all of his Lancer troops died. She can tag him with this from 4 blocks away, and she's going to heal up 70% of. She's going to restore 70% of your troops. That is awesome, right? She's also going to increase the soldier's attack by 10%. So even if you don't need the healing, even if you don't need to restore any soldiers, you can tag somebody with this, boom, and guess what? Her soldiers now do 10% more to their damage. Or is it their strength? Whatever it is, it's a 10% boost to something, and it's good. So you can use that every turn just so that she's not standing around doing nothing. She's always going to be able to contribute some sort of buff. And in some cases, she's going to be able to contribute multiple buffs. I also have the hat on her that, forget exactly what it's called, but it adds to your crit stat because I figured I'm going to run her with Bernie and Sakura. So she's going to be boosting Sakura's skill even higher, and that's potentially more damage for Sakura, right? So here we are. I need to get up here. And I believe this is when the little skeleton bad guy pops up. So Sakura is going to get over here and just get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's just going to chill right there. Breeze didn't proc, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, this girl can get like all the way over here. And she has Breeze. Gotta love Estelle. Definitely one of my faves is Estelle. Bernie can debuff this guy. Oh, you're just gonna AoE this flyer. Yeah, Kanzaki's been getting... She's been getting stronger on my account. I've just been getting better gear for her. Oh, and I'm just 1 block away from using this AoE on this fool. But let's see. Look at that. I have 7 battle points, right? So because I have 7 battle points, I could just stop right here. The second half of my turn activates where I get to throw these buffs. And look at that. I can have somebody act again. It's going to cost me 5 of my points. And then Bernie's going to get Sudden Strike. And here he goes. That is just absolutely phenomenal. I had 7 points. I'm down to 4. Bernie got a kill, so I'm up at 5. I have 5 points again, which means this turn right now, I can use Act Again. I'm able to use it back to back, which is awesome if you really think about how easy it was for her to get this. Pretty much I just killed 1 mob, right? And I'm able to use Act Again back to back. I think that's just phenomenal. Here we go. This is great. So she runs great with Bernie because she is Empire, and I just love that. I did invest into my Bernie. I'm a huge Bernie fan. I just think I've always liked Bernie. He's just awesome. Could she reach? She should be able to reach one of them. Chapow. There you go. Oh, wait, actually, hold on a second. I think she will be able to reach. You know why? Because we can use Act Again. 1, 2, and that's right. We should be able to reach her. So we're just going to stand here. And here we go. Act Again. Again. Awesome. Good deal. And look at that. We're still at 4 points. Check that out, right? She is still at 4 battle strategy points. So, like this next turn, I'll have enough to act again, technically. Because if I get a kill right now, she's going to get more points. So that's just phenomenal. I absolutely love that. She's just a sweet character all around. I'm going to ruin her out. Um, can't wait, actually. I can honestly say this will be the first healer that I've really actively worked on. I did start working on Weiler a while ago, so he is like 5-star. Just because I just think he has a cool skin. He's got that little captain's hat and whatever, and he's the only male healer in the game. Fun little fact. So I don't know. I think some of the things that Weiler can do are pretty cool. The thing is, Weiler can't run around with Bernie and take advantage of his faction buff. So that's just kind of been the thing for me. I've been waiting for Bernie to get his own pretty little healer to run around with him. And of course, I love running Bernie and Sakura. That's just like my favorite comp in the game. Um, so yeah, let's take a quick look at this girl, because I am actively working on these characters. Like, we still kind of have to go over these guys. Aaron Rod here. I'm sure I said her name wrong. I have a different build for her than anybody, so I will be covering that. It's an actual damage reduction build, but I need her 3C. I need her 3C before I can actually showcase it, because it just literally makes the world of a difference. And this guy's just pretty straightforward. He's almost at 6-star. So is she. And here's Weiler at 5-star. So I got 107 of his shards out of 150. Weiler's doing all right. Obviously, I didn't really pay too much into powering up his gear, right? I'm just working on the character himself, and I'm also working on the troops, the Forest Priests. I absolutely love Forest Priests. I think they are a phenomenal troop to take for any healer, and they look badass, right? Physical damage dealt by normal attacks is treated as magic damage. I love it when they do magic damage. It's better, right? It's just better. Heroes' healing effects are increased by 11% when hero uses skills on friendly units, which is what this girl does all the time, and kind of what Weiler does too. Has a 76% chance to dispel one debuff. So this is great. These guys are actively taking debuffs off of you. Mine aren't leveled up all the way, as you can tell. This 76% should be something higher. So, but I'm even happy with 76% right now. That's just awesome. These guys are actively taking debuffs off, and they just look cool. What can I say? So I'm working on Forest Priest because of Weiler, and they're obviously the same troop that I'm running on Bernie's new little healer. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. I'm working on Helena too. Why did I start working on Helena? Oh, because she's Empire as well. This girl can run with Bernie. She is the bustiest of the Leons. If her bust has anything to do with it, she is the most powerful decup in the game. I mean, damage character in the game. Yeah, right. This girl just, all bust aside, she just has an awesome AoE, and she has chivalry, so she can drop that AoE twice and sandwich one of her high power attacks between two AoEs. She can also have a sword that this one adds fixed damage to some of them, which is scaling off of her super high attack, so it's nice. She's got a smaller range. The other weapon I have for her doubles her range, so she can just hit everybody with that AoE. So I'm still just trying to figure out which weapon I want to use on her. I might set both of them aside for her. But she's going to run with Bernie. And she's going to run with Sakura. And of course, you can always bring Leon too, but I think that slot's going to be taken up by Helena. Right? And then we get down to Florentia. You know what? I'm just trying to figure out what I can call this girl. Flo. All right, Flo. I'm sorry, but Florentia, it's Flo now, right? That's all I'm gonna be able to remember. This girl, Subami. Subami's awesome. She's just cool. I love the character design. She just looks like a wicked little rogue. I wish she was Empire. She's not, but I'm still gonna build her just because I think she's really cool. And I have a whatever this faction's called, Incarnation Tensei. I have a decent team in here. Like, these characters are somewhat powered up. Here's Aaron Rod. She's at 7K. She's probably the strongest character on this faction team in this account. But these are interesting characters that play different. And I've really wanted a chance to mess around with them. I have Maya powered up a little bit because she's Empire as well, and I like what she does with buff management, buff and debuff mitigation. And of course, I have Ares, right? He's probably at about 6,000 power, so this isn't really like a heavy hitting faction for me, but I do have some fairly decently powerful characters in here. So I'm going to have to see how Subami runs. Um, her and Aaron over here, I think they're going to make a pretty awesome combo together, especially with the way that I'm building Aaron. So we'll have a look at that when it's actually done. Um, but this girl, Subami, this girl is just cool. Notice how her attack stat is an A. Her skill is an S stat, right? But this girl's going to be assassinating people with an A attack. She does do something completely different. She becomes untargetable, so that's something new for Rogue. Is pretty cool. Somebody has to walk up right next to you and stand a block away from you to disable that ability, right? So somebody could move up to you and find you and stand next to you, and then you're not invisible anymore. But they had to waste their turn to do that. So even if they make you come out of hiding, then it's your turn and you can move and attack them. So that is pretty cool. And obviously, if she can infiltrate for every one enemy within one block, attack and skill increase. This is just her talent, and it's nice. Attack and skill going up. Yeah, after taking action, if no damage has been dealt or received, and there are no enemies within a 2-ring radius, gain Hidden Shadow. Cannot be targeted by enemies' normal attacks and skills. Very awesome. Cannot be dispelled. So, this is just great. I love it. There's just so many possibilities now just because of this. So I'm going to be building this character just because of that. Her soldiers, of course, she just gets to run around with Mist Dancers and Shinobis. Nothing too magic there, but I do have Shinobis kind of built up. As far as assassins go, that was like the last troop tree that I actually started working on. But the Shinobis are alright. They look pretty dope. If we ever do get a skin for them, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. But they look pretty cool as it is. So yeah, obviously I have this girl, decked out a little bit with the masteries. It's not anywhere where it could be. And this is what her equipment looks like. I'm just messing around with Alvarez bow. I'm sure this isn't the best in slot for her. Okay, before I get a bunch of criticism over that, I'm just seeing what's good on her. The Incendious Pendant, thank goodness I have a few of these. One of them had 15% crit on it and some attack. So I just figured this was a good fit for her. I rolled this for Sakura originally, but my Sakura likes AoEs, and this Incendious Pendant doesn't do anything for AoEs. You only get all these bonuses when you are entering battle. So it just makes sense to put it on a girl like this. It's going to actually assassinate people. I figure the flower boon can be cool for her. She can run away and vanish, so nobody can target her, and she can maybe heal some hit points if this activates. Let's see. After taking action, if the unit's hit points lower than 50%. So yeah, this could kind of give her some kind of half-ass heal if she gets scathed by something and needs to run away. Last rites I think is important for her because if she does get hit, and look at my terrible roll on this, if she does get hit by an AoE or something, because you can't target her, but you can target units next to her, and she'll still get hit with the AoE. So you got to be wary of that too. But so it's nice to be able to give this girl 40% damage reduction when she's at 100% health on the first hit that she takes. It might be the difference between this girl surviving and not surviving, and hopefully she can run away after getting hit by something and proc Flower Boon Bonnet and restore some hit points and try to get back into the fight. At least that's the idea with this build. The Incendious Pendant, I don't think it's going anywhere. Alvarez Bow is Extreme Magic Bow is probably going to be better for this girl. You're not getting that decrease in your damage. You're not trading that for range. Her skills, her attack skills, you're going to want to attack people with her attack skills. And that's why the Aura's bow probably isn't a good idea, because you can't attack people 3 blocks away with your skills, right? So it's unfortunate, but Aura's bow is a much better fit for Freak, who actually has like a different skills that just work better with it. So I'm gonna be putting a different bow on her. Extreme Magic Bow. Let's see, I have 3 of them. Actually, I thought I had more. No, so I only have 3. So somebody might have to share an Extreme Magic Bow. Or I'll just put something. Wow, I really thought I would have had like 4 or 5 of those things. Wow, this is new. I'm actually short on gear. Holy cow! That just uh, that just made the list. Right now, the list consists of a tier helm, a tier helm, and a tier helm, and now another extreme magic bow. Yeah, you can never have enough tier helms in Langrisser or Apex boots. Well, no, I think I got just about enough Apex boots. But the tier helm, I only have 5 of them, and it's not enough, right? Because it's just best in slot for so many things, you just can never have enough of them. I'm still trying to get more tier helms. I need 1 more for what is that girl's name? Oh, she was from the collab. D-Lit. Duh. How am I gonna forget D-Lit? So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Tier helm. And now I can add another extreme magic bow to that list. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do with this girl, and then just kind of run around, see what I can do. As far as skills go, she does have something that moves her. This is what I like. Teleports you to the furthest point of the skill, which is 7 blocks away, right? And you steal a buff from each enemy that you go over when you teleport. So this isn't doing damage, which means that you can proc your stealth ability after you land from this, as long as you land far enough away so that no enemy is within a 2-ring radius of you, right? You can steal some buffs from them and go hidden, and then they can't do anything to you. They can't target you with a skill, and they can't attack you. So then the only thing they can probably do is move up next to you to make you come out of stealth. And as soon as that happens, it's your turn again, and you get to attack them after you stole some of their buffs as well. So it's a super awesome thing. It helps her get around. I'm trying to see just how good and viable this ability is. Okay, and a big reason for that is it has a lot to do with the rune set that I'm running, right? Like if she doesn't really need extra movement, if she can get it from her skill kit, if she can get enough to get by, then I could put like a crit rune set on her and get more out of her actual damage, which is what it seems like you might have to do with this girl, since she does not have an S attack stat, at least in the class that I'm in. Sorry guys, it's dry in here. So it's just kind of like that for me. Like really, I do feel like this girl can really benefit from having a bonus to her crit instead of some movement. Maybe I'm gonna have to see. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm working on. That is like the big question for this girl right now. I don't know. If you guys have any input, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If I should do a crit rune set on her, or if I should leave Breeze. I haven't really rolled that much into it yet. I just rolled off some cold scrolls, so it's not like I'm invested into it. But I'm running her right now with Breeze. I just feel like the extra movement, it's always good, right? But does she actually need it when she's sacrificing so much extra crit damage that she could be getting out of her rune set? I guess that's the big question, and I'll find out once I test it. So this is where she's at. She's a little over 4,500 power, right? And then we actually have Flo, right? I don't know what kind of weapon I want to give Flo yet. I don't even know about her rune set either. I just gave her some support stuff just so that my Bernie can just have just that much more defense and magic defense when she's standing around him. Because I do feel like I am going to run Bernie with her a lot. He's, like I said, one of my favorite characters. And with this Witch's Remnant's hat, she can give a huge skill buff to Sakura. or to Bernie or to whoever. It's not really going to do that much for Bernie, right? But it is going to do a lot for Sakura, which is awesome. After taking action, increase the skill of one nearby friendly unit by 12%. So if you're talking about a unit, and mind you, this is only at level 20, so it's going to give more percent than that, obviously. And with a character like Sakura that already has such a high base crit, like this can be a big difference in how often you crit and how much crit damage you do, right? So that's pretty cool. I think it's a good fit. This hat is probably staying on her just because of who I'm running her with, right? 10 Yos, of course, you got a 10 Yos. I'm still not sure about the Blue Moon, really. Yeah. But Juggler's Plushie, I think, is a good idea because a lot of her little buff abilities are single target abilities. So this will make them last for 2 turns. So you can effectively have that like 10% more damage to your soldier buff. You can have that up for 2 turns. So that's nice. That means you can tag 2 of your heroes and have them both simultaneously holding that buff if it lasts for 2 turns. That can help you out in a fight, right? You know, the difference between having one unit that gets an awesome buff to their troops and having 2 units that can get that awesome buff to their troops, and you know, have that working for them at the same time. You know, plus it is healing the troops too, and that is just one of the abilities. The other ability that adds to your movement, that is also a single target ability. So now you get a boost to your movement for 2 turns instead of 1. It's kind of a big deal for this girl. So Juggler Plushie for sure is just a great accessory for her, I think. Again, if anybody has any better suggestions, that's why we're talking about this stuff, right? So here she is. This is pretty much her right now. I did try for some rolls. It wasn't the best in the world. But she's right under 5K. Do I have any more? You know what? This is how much I love this girl. See that? You guys see that? I will drop rainbows on you. This is straight up how much this character means to me. She's not even like a limited collab character, nothing like that. She is just that cool, and I dig her buffs that much. This is just like, I feel like this is the healer I've been waiting for. Running around with forest priests, they're just wicked. She can also bring a wizard, right? So she can bring some firepower if she needs to. I'm still going to use the forest priests. Right, I'm going to use this girl as more of like a support and try to keep her out of harm's way. We're just standing next to Bernie, right? And she has righteous might. No, not righteous. It's resounding. Yeah, I guess I read that one too quick. Resounding might. It's got a 5-turn cooldown. The range is 6 blocks. It's magic damage. So this grants 1 magic strategy point and attacks all enemies in 3 straight lines. So that's 3 straight lines that go down 6 blocks. So that's a pretty good range, right? It does 0.3 AoE damage and afflicting your enemies with 1 random debuff. Nice. Restores hit points of multiple friendly units within range equal to the caster's intelligence times 3 and dispel 1 debuff. If this skill hits 2 or more enemies, gain 1 additional battle strategy point after that. That is awesome. That can turn the tide of a whole fight. This is pretty much like, hey, all my dudes get, you know, a debuff taken off of them, and, you know, a bunch of the enemies take a hit and they get a debuff on them, right? And my dudes get healed, and I get to soak up a bunch of these strategy points so that next turn I can use Act Again. This is just phenomenal, right? And remember, after you use this ability, Resounding Might, she goes into her little, you know, bonus mode where you get to use one of her awesome buffs, right? So you can effectively drop this Resounding Might, and at the same time you still get to power up one of your heroes or make one of them act again. So this makes her just an amazing character. Just explosive support. Like, this girl can just bust out support and healing at the same time in a crazy way. It's very nice. It's very nice. So there she goes. That's what her skill animation looks like. Oh, and that's what I wanted to do. Subami. Subami. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to learn their name. She gets a skill called Killing Machine. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've looked at this, and we're looking at it together. So Killing Machine, it's 2 block range, 4 turn cooldown. It's single target. It's physical damage. Ignores guard. Very nice. Directly attacking a single enemy for 1.4 times damage, which is pretty okay for like what she's doing, because I think her other skills are like 1.2 or 1.3. I don't know. But increase crit by 20% when successfully eliminating a target. That crit by 20% is huge. Can move another 2 blocks after battle. After taking action, if there are no enemies within a 2 ring radius, gain the Hidden Shadow, and you cannot be targeted by enemies' normal attacks and skills. Last 1 turn cannot be after dealing or receiving damage, or if an enemy is 1 block adjacent. Okay, so what this does, okay, because remember, if you move up with this girl and if you attack with her, you can't go invisible. This Killing Machine ability is letting you do an assassination attack, and as soon as that attack is over, under the right circumstances, if there's nobody within 2 rings of you, you go invisible again and you can't be targeted. So this is a great assassination move. It's going to let you attack without being retaliated against. If you play your cards right, this can be very sneaky, very, very dangerous. If you're up against it, this is awesome. This makes this girl wicked. So both these characters have awesome S3s. Man, I just wish she was a little Empire Assassin. But of course, she's going to be running around with Zarita. And of course, she's going to be running around with Ares. In my account, she's going to be running around with Ares. I haven't really done anything with that other faction group at all. These are just Guild War characters to me. Farik is amazing, though. I definitely dig playing her. I don't know, Josh was in there. Still, I'd probably still run her with Ares. So that's these 2 new characters in a nutshell that I've been messing around with the past couple of days. And like I said, these are important because Flo here I'm actually going to work on. She's going to be more powerful than my other healers. Because here, guys, I will show you my most powerful healer on Langrisser. And it might surprise some of you because it's not an SSR character, right? It's not. The healer that I have invested the most into, where is that girl? Is the healer that I just scrolled by. Where is she? There she is. It's Iris. Yes, Iris, the SR character. This is my #1 healer. She kind of gives everybody a healing ability like Tiaris. It's at the end of their turn, they get a heal. But the important thing is this girl can teleport people and give them a nifty buff. That's mainly what I use her for, is because I like how she teleports people. She can still heal, and then she can teleport herself and heal everyone around her. And her talent is just, I mean, it's not as good as Tiaris's, but it's still kind of like Tiaris's, and it's still good. So I totally dig Iris, and she's the most powerful healer I have at 6K, which is pretty much kind of weak sauce. Most people have healers more powerful than mine. Most people actually worked on Lana, and like I said, Weiler was the only other hero I really worked on that's above 5K, and I still have to do his gear. So there's still a ton of stuff for me to do over here in Langrisser. This is just what I've been working on. I didn't really, I wasn't in the know, and I didn't know that this banner was coming with these characters and what they were going to mean to me. So this was a super pleasant surprise. Thanks for watching, guys, and there will be more Langrissy vids to come, right? Especially with all this stuff we got going on. They did add more to the map from my understanding of it. So I actually need to play catch up and aggressively play the storyline in Langrisser to kind of catch up to what's going on, because I've just been grinding at the same point for such a long time and just working on my characters. So it's cool that, Langrisser is just giving so much more right now. Um, it's a pretty robust game already. So I'm going to have to see what all this awesome new stuff is. But these characters they've been adding, it's really got me excited for Langrisser. Like, I got to give them some real props for what they're doing with their characters. Um, Getting rid of power creeping. They really are. And power creeping sucks because you end up busting your ass to get a character, and 7 months later that character is worthless. That's just not the case here in Langrisser, and they're adding new heroes that play the game in a different way. So I'm totally down. I'm very happy with what's going on over here. The guild's doing great, and I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know about these new heroes that I'm working on. And I will keep you posted. All right, peace, everybody.